What's up, everyone? Welcome to another edition of the Best Women's Boxing Show, period. I'm Cynthia Conte.
And I'm Jeandra LeBeauf, and I'm still looking like a bum on a Monday. And I'm filming somewhere totally different, as you can tell from the background. But I'm with my boo. We're gonna talk some boxing, and I'm happy to be here. What's going on with you today on this glorious Monday?
It's not glorious because I swear all my technology of emails are like down. I don't know if people are trying to hack into my emails. Like, there's nothing to hack in my emails, guys. It's all boxing. So whoever's in my emails, get out. But yeah,
Get out.
I wanted to, we didn't get to shoot yesterday, but we are shooting today because all that's really consumed us since Saturday was hair grease gate, knee gate, and Jeandra. Obviously, we were just talking about braids.
Mm-hmm.
You know braids. You spoke
Bruh.
to your braider really fast. If you guys don't know what we're talking about, Gervonta Davis in the ninth round blamed hair grease and still blames the hair grease that was burning his eye when he took a knee, and then he decided to take his own timeout, which he should have been disqualified. And no one knew what the hell was going on. And it was still a majority draw. Okay, so Jeandra, let's talk about this hair.
Bruh.
Is there any, I don't know, pomade? What is put in the hair? Because it
Lean
happened
in,
to Amanda Serrano, remember?
lean in, kids, lean in. As you know, last week's show had braids before. You've seen other shows with me in braids. I've had cornrows. Those are the ones that are straight back. I've had individuals. Those are the ones I had last week. I've been having braids my entire life, so I will give you my Black woman perspective on these braids. No one uses grease in braids. That's bullshit. I don't care. You know, Gervonta is notorious for going off on people on social media, but sorry, I don't know where you going. Nobody uses grease in braids. They don't. There's all types of gels and things to make your hair lay, but that's more a girl thing. Like if you want to have like, you know how you see some girls with the little swoopy
Yeah.
bang thing on the baby hair, little fake baby hair stuff. No one uses grease in braids. That's number one. Number two, and we'll get deeper into that. Even when you sweat and stuff, it's made not to drip. I should have brought the product in here that he should be using, and that's not a paid ad, but I call bullshit. No one uses grease in braids, and if your braider is using grease, then you need a new braider.
Speaking of braider, his braider apparently went on IG and posted that there was no grease in whatever she used, so don't blame me. And she posted what she used. It was no grease, hair break conditioning shine, rich defined, protein rich mega hold, no wax, no grease, no alcohol, no flaking. And she posted the grease in the room with us. None, nothing. And
Exactly.
and her name is Lee B the brand. I did his hair Wednesday. It's Saturday. He did press, gym, and weigh-in. That's no excuse. How much grease did I use? Damn, is the grease in the room with us? And then she's pointed out none. So I don't.
That's bullshit. It's bullshit. It's bullshit. I'm telling you, I will venture as an expert. No one uses grease when you're getting braids. And I saw a couple of comments. I'm happy this braider said something. Stop blaming other people when you for your mess ups. I'm glad she said something, and I saw some people in the comments. Oh, she's fumbling the bag. She's fumbling the bag. He's telling people this girl don't know what she's doing in
Yeah,
essence. So
yeah.
what about her bag? What about her clientele? That's crazy to me. Just say you weren't prepared. Lamont Roach outworked you. You couldn't wait bully him, and you didn't have your best effort.
Yeah, yeah. All right. So now let's go back to this fight because
Mm-hmm.
the odds were like so lopsided. It was like minus 1800, and I don't remember what Lamont was, but did I bet on him? No, I bet it would go the distance.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone thought he was going to knock him out. I bet the distance, and that was at plus 325. So I made some money on that. But
Yay.
yay, I should have bet a lot more. I should have bet a draw because that was plus 2,500.
Ooh, if somebody bet a draw, tell us how much you bet and how much you made. Woo.
Well, allegedly Shakur said he made 20 grand
Wow.
off
He
the
bet on
draw.
the draw.
I
Good
don't
for
know.
him.
He did say, he goes, I wasn't surprised. And I came up and made some money. And I think he tweeted that he came up 20 racks, but I was like,
Ooh, Wish it was me. Hell, if
That's gonna be
what
our
did you say?
thumbnail. Our thumbnail, because we're like, that's gonna be the thumbnail for this. Because you're like
What what did you say? 1300?
plus 2,500. So if you bet $100, you win 2,500. No, 25, 25, yeah, 25,000. No, is it 2,500? Yeah, $2,500.
Damn, I'm poor. I probably would have bet like $20 and I would have made
I don't know
a
how to
lot.
do the odds.
A
It's
lot
money.
more than
You're coming
20
up.
bucks.
Yeah.
A lot more than 20, a lot more than $100 probably.
Yeah. And so,
Oh
and usually
wow.
I always say when I do my betting video, I'm like, sprinkle a little on the thing. But I didn't do a betting video because I just, I didn't want to be like, well, I'm gonna bet the distance because then people are like, you don't know shit about boxing. Well, apparently I do.
Absolutely.
I didn't know it was gonna be a draw.
Absolutely.
It shouldn't have been
Hello.
a draw. It shouldn't have been a draw. Lamont and I think 99% of the world believed he won. So Jeandra, let's go back because this fight was so good. It was
Hmm.
so flipping good.
Hmm.
What did you see that because Tank starts off slow.
Yes.
He started off slow, but he said he wasn't going to start off slow. Do you know why he says he starts off slow? Do you know the reason?
No.
So he said in an interview, I think during Scrum this past fight week, he goes, the reason why I start off slow is because I don't have time to warm up because I arrived to the arena late. So my warm up is in the ring. So he said, I'm gonna be arriving to the arena at 7 p.m. so he can get a proper warm up in the back, which I guess he did. I'm not sure. He still starts slow.
Let's get our time management under control, friends. Get there in time to break a little sweat, or maybe there's something to it. Maybe he warmed up too much and he got tired or something because those early rounds were very, very slow. So
Yeah.
maybe the warming up was too much to get started. Text you during the fight, it was just kind of a little dull. I can't even front. It was a little dull to start off the fight. I didn't know what
It
to
was
expect.
boring. I mean, it was
Yeah, I'm
slow.
trying
It's
to be
super.
nice.
No,
I'm trying to
it
be nice.
wasn't boring
It
because
was. It was though. It was.
I
It
mean,
was.
when you say boring, I guess it can be technical, but they're only throwing like four punches around.
Right. Right.
Really, if it's not like they can feel each other out because they already know each other. But I mean, I'm not taking anything away from Tank or Roach because the second half of the fight, I'm like, okay,
Exciting.
it was exciting.
What I saw in the fight, I thought about several things over the course of this fight. I thought back to the other press conference. Shout out to our girl Rebecca Ruger, who went to cover the first press conference. Sabahi Rebecca Ruger Sabahi, who covered the first press conference from us. And I don't know if it was at the presser or if it was at someone else's interview where Tank was saying like how he didn't want to fight anymore because the thing that in him that makes him want to fight, he doesn't want to do that anymore. He wants to go to therapy. He wants to live a
Mhm.
soft life and be with his girls and things like that. So I kept thinking, is this a factor? Because I thought about how he behaved at the presser and he didn't want to talk shit in front of Roach's mom. And he's just entering a more gentle era. I'm going to say a
Mhm.
gentle era. I don't want to say a soft era because that man is not soft. That man will
No.
knock you the fuck out. A more gentle era, and maybe some of those things are playing a factor. I
Maybe,
don't know.
but remember he did say that he was going to name his next opponent and what's his name? Sean asked during the post-fight presser, he's like, you're going to name him or name
Mm-hmm.
someone. And they said, who was it? And he's like, he said he was in my dressing room. The only two people in his dressing room were Shakur and Jake Paul. I'm going to
Oh,
bet $100 it was Jake Paul. Because if you think about it, he's already talking about retirement. That's the
mhm.
cash out. That's the cash out fight, you
That is
know?
a crazy fight because Gervonta is what, like 5'3", 5'4", and then like Jake Paul is at probably
Taller
like 6
and
feet,
bigger.
taller and bigger. But I mean, if it's an exhibition, then
Who knows? We don't know. I mean, if it's Netflix and they're like it's a real fight, like Tank walks around at 130, 140. Like he's been in shape. He doesn't blow up anymore like he used to.
right.
I couldn't even imagine what Tank would go up to. Like Jake Paul goes to heavyweight or cruiserweight. I would say what 140, 147 is big for Tank.
Jake's a big guy. He just seems naturally kind of like a bigger guy.
He's
Maybe
thick.
maybe the maybe 150 inch.
Okay, but can Tank get to
Maybe.
150 and carry power?
Nah, that's probably what they're depending on. I'm trying to imagine Gervonta at that size because he hasn't been porky for quite
No.
some time. He really got himself together in terms
Yeah.
of his weight issues. But I did think it was unusual to see Jake Paul at that fight. I thought that was interesting that he was there, and to now to think that that's a possible
Hmm.
opponent. I mean, hell, Jake beat somebody. There's
Yeah.
no more. He couldn't do the Canelo thing. The Canelo
Everyone
thing
threw
fell
their
out.
hand in when they saw that Netflix and it surpassed everything. They're like, I mean, you had everyone, Beterbiev, everyone and their mother was like throwing their name in the hat, like, I'll fight you, I'll fight you. And Tank even said he would fight him. And we're like, but now with all the retirement talk, but now he's walked back on it. He says he has four more fights he sees in that, and
Well, yeah.
one of them was supposed to be Shakur. I'd like that, but I don't think that's going to happen. Uh,
Shakur. Who would he?
he
Shakur,
there's Loma that there were
Loma,
talks. Let's say
Devin,
Jake Paul,
Devin Haney.
yeah, and let's just say Jake Paul,
Who do
a
you think
legacy
makes him
fight.
the most money? The Jake Paul fight
Jake Paul
by far makes the
by
most
far.
bread. So
Yeah,
I don't
especially
know.
if we look at that based on that performance that night, Shakur schools him. Shakur will box him. He'll just straight box
Mm,
because he's not gonna knock him out.
no.
Um, I don't I don't even know. Well, Keyshawn Davis, but he's not the money fight just yet. Devin Haney would box him, but I don't know. I haven't seen Devin Haney since the Ryan Garcia fight, so I can't say.
Man, I
um,
think of all of them. If we just going strict on money and promotion, it's got to be a Jake Paul thing. But that's just so crazy looking. Like,
or Ryan too.
yeah, I'd much rather
That,
that. I'd rather see that than
yeah.
Jake Paul.
Yeah, because
That's just
that's just
stupid.
a talk about weight bullied. It just makes sense. But I'm hypothetical. That's what I'm assuming because you just kind of were like, well, why is Jake Paul here? And then
Hmm.
why and he even put out a nice tweet, but he said, I think, what did he say? I can't remember who he said he won, but everyone was so focused on that knee. Let's talk about this knee because the ninth round, 43 seconds in, Lamont was tagging him jabs it's apparently it hit his eye. And
Hmm.
that's why got down to a knee and then ran to the corner, asked for a towel to wipe because of the hair grease going in his eye. There's so many things wrong in that scenario right there. And then
All of that sounds absolutely insane for a professional boxer to say some wild shit like that.
and then and then he's like, Steve Willis is counting shit. Like I totally agree with you. Very disappointing. He's going to get he this. Out of all the great fights he's been in and the fun fights, like with his face, like he's part of the fight. I told Dimitri, I go, I feel like instead of reffing the fight, I feel like he's watching the fight as a fan, as opposed to like he's just observing as opposed to working as a ref.
Hmm.
And so
every good ref has to have like their terrible moment. I can't
yeah,
remember which fight it was where Tony Weeks like really biffed it up. I can't remember what fight it is, but I'm sure you'll know. Drop it in the comments. But maybe it was just Steve Willis's time because that was just terrible.
I mean, it was bad. And so he started counting and then he said, "What was that?" And I guess he said, my eye was burning." Okay, and then he stopped. And from what I know, I was reading, they said the instant replay in the allotted time wasn't available. The in-ring referee may consult with an instant replay official to determine outcome. Neither of that happened. So Steve Willis took Gervonta's word that something's burning and you can't take a timeout. You can't do this. You can't you should have been disqualified. And then the fact that it became a majority draw, did you see the cards? Like even the first six rounds, they gave it all to Tank. There was no way Lamont could have even won anything. And so if they gave him the two not the 2 points, the 10-8 round, then yeah, he would have won. And I'm thinking,
He would have won.
I
Majority
don't
decision.
I don't even remember. I go, how did Tank win all of those rounds? Nothing happened.
It was just so Just this whole thing was disappointing. Like, I will, I'm not gonna disrespect Tank and act like he can't fight or nothing like
No,
that.
he totally
Every
can.
every every fighter has an off night. I'm totally fine with that. Steve Willis and those judges took that fight from Lamont Roach, and that is inexcusable. That's inexcusable. The scorecards alone say it.
Yeah.
What was it? 115, 113 for Tank, 114, 114 for the other two judges. 10-8 round gives Lamont Roach 2 rounds at 115, 113. That's fucked up. That
Yeah.
probably was like the performance of his career.
Right. And to replicate something like that, because, when you go through camp, you get away, you take so much time away from your family. And Lamont left a piece of his soul in that ring. Like they were, I mean, Lamont's got a chin, dude. Wow. And
They were
that's one thing
wailing.
he proved. And it really showed that Lamont is a really skilled and very good boxer with the chin. And he's up there. He's a contender. I mean, he's a world champion, but to say that, because when I posted that thing earlier today of Raymond Ford, he's like, he's a good fighter, but like we didn't think of that fight happening. I'm glad it happened because it's actually one of the best fights Tank has ever fought because it really showed his vulnerability of whatever was happening, or maybe he just couldn't catch he couldn't catch Lamont, he couldn't hurt him. I don't know. I don't.
You
I,
know,
I don't.
the commentary afterwards, and I hate to say this because I love Calvin Ford and I love
Barry, Chris
Barry
Hunter.
Hunter. Both of them lovely gentlemen. We've interviewed both of them, and I do appreciate the respectful tone that they had after the fight, being very complimentary to Lamont Roach and reminding the media that they told them that he was a formidable opponent.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's cool, but fuck all that. Why did your boy take a knee and run to the corner? No one in his whole career taught him the rules of the sweet science.
Yeah.
There's no way a professional fighter cannot know that you can't do that. That's number one. Number two, why was that corner so chaotic?
There
I
was too
can't
many
remember
people.
that one round, and all I heard was Tank go, "Stop, listen to me."
Yeah. Yeah.
Bro, what was going on? What was going on? Were they freaking out? Were they? I don't know. You guys tell us in the comments, but
Yeah.
I don't know.
I,
I've never seen that in a Tank corner before. Maybe it was just
I
too many
remember you
people.
text me that you're like, that is so chaotic. Too many people talking. And I was like, oh, Tank is like now yelling. I think everyone was just in shock to see it because, you always want to see the underdog win. But the way Tank performed, it was so interesting. And then the excuse, whether it was true or not, we have no clue. But now New York State Athletic Commission is going to be reviewing this.
Hmm.
If at best, do they take like Lamont believes the it will be turned into a win for him. I think it will just be turned into a no contest.
Also.
And then there was a rematch clause based off of, they've been going back and forth, him and Gervonta, Lamont and Gervonta. It was like on Twitter, yeah, on Twitter or X, whatever you call it. And they said, well, I want the rematch. He's like, I'm pushing for the rematch. When Tank said in the presser, would the Lamont fight be next? He said, I want it to be next, but it won't be next until next year. So that's why I'm like assuming you're gonna probably fight a big legacy fight or this possible fight,
Mm,
whatever's happened. But anything can happen because imagine if he does take if it, let's just hypothetically say in a world that it is the Jake Paul fight, he would get so much shit because
yeah,
yes, I get it, it's a ton of money and it's this and that, but you have a fight that caused so much drama that everyone believes you lost. Like, even
yeah.
CompuBox said that I don't know if you saw, girl, Community Notes, whoever runs Community Notes, they posted. I don't know if you saw this because I saw it. I'm gonna I'm putting this in the interview. Gervonta tweeted, they took the fight from me and made it a draw because I did that bullshit knee, but I landed the most punches in the fight. He didn't even hit me with a punch when I took the knee. I get it though. Shouldn't have done that, but that hair grease was burning my eyes. Readers added context they thought people might want to know. Misleading by Community Notes. CompuBox had Davis landing less punches round by round, and they put a boxing scene link. And Jabber AI also had David landing less punches round by round in Instagram post. And the Lamont Roach post, the community note is crazy. That's smooth, not gonna lie. So even community note is calling out
Yeah,
Jay.
it's just so bad. And I just let folks keep, I think that a lot of people are on the same side of this, that Lamont
Yeah.
Roach was jobbed. You know, there's always going to be a few randoms. Oh, you guys are hating. You're hating. No
No.
one is hating. Hating on what? We watched the man take. I'll never get over that. I've been going to fights now for 10 years. I have
Uh-huh.
never in my life seen someone take a knee and it not be a standing eight, some type of standing eight count. Like, you're on
No.
your knee and your glove. The only thing that's supposed to touch the canvas is the bottoms of your
Your
feet.
foot.
If
Yeah.
anything else touches the canvas, it's a deduction. It's a standing eight. Come on. I know they taught that young man that when he first started boxing. And then just the whole hair grease. So that particular round, the hair grease, so he only started sweating in that round. Them whole rounds before them, there was no sweat dripping. The grease said, ooh, peekaboo, and just started dripping down his face. Peekaboo, I just saw some grease all in my eyes. Peekaboo, I can't see my eyes on the prize. Peekaboo.
Okay,
No.
Jay. Can
But
I
yeah,
just
they
tag Kendrick Lamar in this? I'm gonna
tag
post this.
Kendrick.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna
it
make
was
this a clip.
you know what? It was peekaboo for real. Bing bong boom bong boom pop bam. Lamont Road hit you. I couldn't understand. Bing bong boom pop bing bong bam. Peekaboo. But yeah, see, after this, Leonard, don't be mad. Don't be mad at us, Leonard. We
I
want
know.
you on the show. We just talking shit. It's just
Yeah, no, but
gigs.
I get it. The only way that they can settle this is a rematch. That's all you can
Absolutely.
do, and
And
that's the
I'm
only
going.
thing they both should be wanting. Lamont Roach, like Shakur, Lamont's called out Shakur, and I think that would be a great fight. But at this point, everyone that Gervonta rematch has got to go down.
You know what's very interesting? Going back to this whole that he said that his next opponent was in the locker room with him, and it's either Jake Paul or it's Gervonta Davis. It
No,
makes me
Shakur,
wonder. I
Shakur.
mean, excuse me, or Shakur. Jake Paul made this whole big thing about applauding Gervonta and keeping boxing in America. Blase, blase. It makes me wonder if like Shakur had like a little piece of paper to slip him from Turkey, like this is what you could be making. I'm here. I'm here. Turkey says
Yeah.
he's willing to put these coins up, but
Well,
I guess we'll never know.
we'll never know. I mean, when I don't know, Turkey be trolling. He's like, if you're paying $80, it better be a better production. I was like, I wonder if Turkey's gonna show up to this card.
He should have. He should have been a whole troll
No,
and
there was too much
sat there
weed.
ringside.
There was too
Oh
much weed.
yeah. Yeah, no, that was in DC. Maybe if they had fought in like New York, he probably would have popped
No, he
up.
was
But
at Barclays. It was at Barclays.
oh yeah, that's right. That's right. They fought in Brooklyn. Man,
Yeah.
Turkey pop up and show.
Yeah. So I think,
Yeah.
but yeah, that is the hair gate. That was hair grease gate, knee gate. Honestly, that round, either, like you said, 10-8, or it could have been disqualification. You can't
At
just
least
go to your corner
at
and
least
just
it
take a
wasn't a
time.
glove gate.
Yeah, that's true.
But
That's
yes,
true.
man. You guys drop your notes in the comments. I know this has been discussed at nauseum about taking a knee, but don't Google or Wikipedia it. Put in the
Yeah.
comments what your understanding of the rules are as a fan of taking a knee or something like that. Or, do you think the fight was as close as the scores indicated with or without the knee? Do you think that Lamont Roach was dominating these rounds? What did you think
Yeah.
about the scoring as a whole? Let us know. Because now, in the aftermath of this fight, this is great for Lamont Rose because a lot of people are talking about him and a lot of people know his
Yep.
name. But
The
what's it going to
money.
be like when he gets his next fight? What if
Yeah.
the next fight isn't Gervonta? Should he sit on ice and
Yeah.
not fight anyone? Like, what does he now do at this point? Because there was so much scrutiny of this fight.
I mean, honestly, if they can't get the Javante fight, which I don't see how you could not. Like, I mean, there's money. People are willing to
Mm-hmm.
pay for it. I mean, I get Turkey has a bajillion dollars. He has Riyadh money, but something like this, the WBA, all of the like PBC, all of whoever's involved, be like, this is a moneymaker. This needs to be turned around. Like, make sure they're both not injured. Let's get this on the books, either back in Brooklyn, DC, Vegas, something where if it makes sense to make more money, Vegas, come to Vegas. So I can
Mm-hmm.
work it. But something like that, because it shouldn't take a year. Because look at what we said this last time. It took a year and a half to do a trilogy.
Mm-hmm. See now, maybe now Amazon now has their marquee fight. They have a
Hmm.
nice marquee fight now for Tank, and now they just worry about stacking an undercard. This is a good opportunity for them to, Amazon, put Alicia versus Michaela on the undercard. Put Alicia
Yeah.
Michaela 2 on the undercard. Put Clarissa versus Franchon on the
Hmm.
undercard. There's a lot of good, especially Clarissa Franchon. That would be, I mean, Clarissa probably wants to headline her own fights, but that would be a great opportunity for a lot of people to make a lot of money.
And it's on Amazon, and it's
Mm-hmm.
it's 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 a big reach. Like at that point, yeah, like you said, she might want to headline it, but who cares? I mean, if you get to fight on a big card where boxing is celebrated by some of the best fights, best fighting the best, why not? I mean, girl, Clarissa Franchon and Shadeja, did you they be beefing online again?
Man, spin the block. Canelo, Jake, talk about it. Maybe we can come back to the negotiating table now that this Tank thing kind of got, fugazied with Jake and whatever he thought he was going to be doing with that. Let's do Canelo versus Jake Paul. Let's put Clarissa versus franchise. Put somebody on the card with them. That could be really
Yeah,
dope.
that'd be a good
Because
card.
Amanda
Yeah.
might want to fight again too. I mean, maybe like a softer touch, but Jake
No.
Paul carry the
Well,
torch.
they have the trilogy is in the works for Katie Taylor. So it's either going to be
Oh,
possibly New York. I heard Vegas, but now I'm hearing New York. I don't know about Croke Park or in Ireland. Those are the
they
three
got to do it in
places.
New York.
They got to do it in New York. I'd like Vegas,
I know,
but
me too.
it's all right. Okay, now speaking in New York, we have to talk about this because I'm dropping this video and it's going to be bombarded with Ring Magazine's card, their inaugural card, in the middle of Times Square. And the press
Wow.
conference is tomorrow. Ryan Garcia takes on Rolly Romero, Devin Haney takes on Jose Ramirez, and Teofimo Lopez takes on Arnold Barboza Jr.
Crazy.
It's in partnership with Fatal Fury City of Wolves. Tomorrow is going to be a
Crazy.
very, very, very busy day for Rebecca, our correspondent in New York City. So she has her assignment to try and get as much as she can, and she's going to be bringing all the footage, and we will be dropping it in real time. So by the time you guys watch this, we will be dropping footage
Yeah,
on our
absolutely.
socials.
All day long. You be ready to be inundated. But let's just look at this card. This is a crazy card. This is a
Yeah.
crazy card. Put it in the garden. Put it in the garden. Why does it have to be outside? I saw
Because
that AI mock-up. I wasn't feeling that.
It's Turkey, he wants to push the boundaries. He wants to do things that no one else has done. And I mean, logistically, I mean, maybe they have some plan, but when I've been there I lived in New York for 6 years and I've been to Times Square during New Year's, not down there, like in an apartment, like in a home, but I'm like, there's no bathrooms. I'm like, I don't know what you're gonna do. And you can't go to the stores, you can't go to the restaurants or the hotels nearby. They're not gonna allow you to. Like, no. And
That's how it is with Mardi Gras in New Orleans too. They shut
yeah,
their shit down.
they're
You
like,
can't. You're
you're
not
going
using it.
to the bathroom in your pants.
Exactly. Bring you a bottle. Bring you something to do. What if you're a correspondent? Where do you charge your stuff at? Where do you
That's a
put your
thing.
stuff at?
And that's a thing. And I'm like, unless you have like a team that just sits and babysits your stuff, but I'm curious to see how it's gonna be. I'm really excited because we like it when people do something out of the box, and it's good for boxing and for a fight like this because the people that are headlining, you have Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney are co-headlining. They have to win their fights in order to fight each other. So if they don't win their
Mm-hmm.
fights, then and it's boxing, you never know. Anything can happen.
Just to play the devil's advocate about how we doing a fight card like this, I love the fights. Turkey, I love the fights. I love the matchups. Terrific, terrific, terrific matchups. But what ends up happening is, so you do this thing in Times Square. So that means all the fight week activities will probably be in Times Square, the weigh-in, the press conference, all that. There ain't gonna be no American media getting any content unless you already have relationships with these fighters. Because any type of press activity, well, they did it. They were all over there in England or Riyadh or wherever they were all together recently. So if you're in that inner circle, you probably got some good content or whatever. But for the rest of us who didn't get to go over there and play turkey games and things, and
Well, luckily
not looking so good.
this one is headed by Matchroom and I think
Oh,
Golden Boy
okay.
because they are the fighters. Because I got the credential for Rebecca through Matchroom.
Hmm.
So they are all in conjunction. You have top ranked fighters, Golden Boy. So I think they're in charge. So we're gonna find out. I mean, like remember with our interview with Doug
Doug.
Fisher,
Hmm.
Turkey is just the benefactor. He's the money man. He's just putting up all the money, his vision. He has everyone else doing all the other work of figure it out. I've given you the money to do it. There, go.
Matchroom, please have a press day in either LA or Vegas and have one in New York. Well, they're having the New York one
There.
tomorrow, but
So
have one. Can we have one in LA or Vegas too, please? And thank
any
you,
yeah.
please.
So it will be an interesting day. So we're going to see what she can get out of it. Regardless, I think it's going to be just really kind of cool to see just a stage in the middle of Times Square that
Hmm.
normally, you have looky-loos in like costumes and half naked people and just weirdos. You
New
never
York
know.
is crazy.
Yeah.
The rats are going to be sitting up on the building fighting
They be
Ratatouille, and them
chilling.
girls watching the fight too. Like,
They be
ooh,
eating
ooh.
some pizza.
Big old Ratatouille with the crust hanging out the side of his face. Like, ooh, yeah, this is a good ass fight.
Yeah. So
I haven't
yes.
seen a fight like this since Mike Tyson.
And then also Jim Lampley is back, blow by blow. I am so happy for him to see him or hear him back on the mic. Now, if they can get Roy Jones and Max
uh,
Kellerman, that'd be the perfect trifecta.
Please, please bring them back. I miss HBO boxing
God,
so
we all
much.
do.
Please get the trifecta back together. Salute to the late great Emmanuel Stewart. That's the
Yeah.
only other person who would even be. And no disrespect to anyone else, but I just
We
very
all
happy
miss
to hear
that.
Jim Lampley and all of them back together.
Yeah, it's so
That'd be
good.
awesome.
We will give you a wrap up of everything from the press conference, from all the footage, and when we talked to Rebecca of what happened. And make sure you guys, there is an all female card. It is the boxer card. It is
Hmm.
Natasha Jonas versus Lauren Price, and that is a good fight. I want to
Wow.
say this could be Natasha Jonas's final fight. Her coach, Joe Gallagher, he has stage 4 cancer of like two cancers. I'm like,
Oh,
I
prayers for him.
I know prayers up for him. That fight is going to be happening this Saturday, and I was just looking at the top 5 female welterweights. It's Lauren Price, Natasha Jonas, Michaela Mayer, Sandy Ryan, Alicia Baumgardner. Like that list of names. I wish that they would just do a tournament.
Yeah, yeah, like
That
a
would be,
Super Six type of situation.
yeah,
I mean,
something like
why
that.
not women pull together, get together. We all we got
Yeah.
because the Saudis are not trying to put you on no cards. Al Heyman not trying to
Yet,
put y'all on no cards.
yet. I will always
Okay,
throw in a
yet
yet. Just you never know. Boxing gods, help him out. I
help
mean,
these women out, please. These women work hard. Salute to Clarissa for putting on her own card in her hometown, but we need
any more?
that we need more opportunities, if I say, but we need more. I
We
was
just
about to
need
say
more.
something really rude, but we just need more.
Yeah.
We need more, and women, we support you,
Yeah. That's all.
but y'all know that.
Yeah. We always ride with you. All right, Jay. Well, I know this was a quick one. I know I caught you off guard. I got to figure out my email situation. You guys, look at my hair. I got
You
it.
look
Did.
sexy. Somebody is probably watching this like Cynthia looks sexy, and what the hell is Jay on the floor? She looked like she got her robe on and a beanie. Y'all, I do have my beanie on because I took my braids out.
Oh,
So
you did.
yeah, because I'm about to, do
New
whole new
do.
look, a whole new look,
Oh,
a whole
okay.
new look for Jay for 2025.
Okay.
We always
Okay.
changing it up around here, so we'll
This
see,
is
we'll see.
this is mine. It's not as blonde.
I like it though. I think it's really sexy. It
It's
looks
it's
very
a
like
it's a
healthy and
mushroom toner.
luscious.
The color
Mm, mm.
mushroom. And so Dimitri brings out the big old mushrooms from Costco. He's like, who wore it better? I'm like, shut up. All right, Jay. Well, you go enjoy your night. Yeah,
And
that's all.
subscribe to Brooklyn's channel. When is Brooklyn's new content coming out?
It drops tomorrow morning. He's doing his pizza review. He made his own pizza at home. He reviews it, and it's going to be a thing because he loves pizza. I mean, he's addicted to pizza, and we're going to be like touring the country or just kind of going any pizza place, and he's going to give his review. He's going to be four.
That so much. That's so cool.
Yeah. And Dimitri loved your idea. I told him what you said. He loved it. He's like, that's a really cool idea. I'm like, we're getting there. So yeah, subscribe. We need more. We need to get there. We need to get there. It's a slow journey.
Sure.
All right, Jeandra. Well, I'm excited to see you next week because we're going to be able to talk about the fights, the female card, and then also do a whole run it back on this crazy press conference, the circus. I'm hoping we can get some one-on-ones with Teofimo and Arnold Barboza. We did reach out to them, and they said they're good to go. So that doesn't mean anything.
Exactly.
They can say yes, but there are people like, no.
And if you're watching this and you Ryan or Devin's people, Annie, tell them we are trying to talk to their people too.
Right.
We want to talk to them too. We want to talk to everyone.
Yeah, we want to talk to them all.
This card, that's a really crazy card. I'm so kind of jealous that fight card is in New York, but that's okay because we have other options.
Yeah, we have Inoue. We're covering Inoue.
Exactly.
And Jeandra and I, yeah. So Rebecca will be covering that card for us because it's Cinco de Mayo weekend. And then we won't have anyone covering the Canelo fight in Saudi. Sorry. But you have
LeBeauf-san, Conte-san, we will be in Vegas-san. Vegas des.
All right, Jay, enjoy your night. And can't wait to see you again next week.
Woo!
Woo. Thank you for tuning in to another edition of the Best Women's Boxing Show, period. See you guys at the fights. Bye, guys.